At the order of the president, Syrian troops control the streets of Hama. Bashar al-Assad's father gave the same order in 1982. By the time his soldiers moved out, 20,000 people were dead. Almost 30 years later, reports say soldiers are again rounding up anyone suspected of being involved in the anti-government protests. Activists talk of house-to-house searches, the dreaded knock at the door before a family member is dragged away. But as night fell, the protesters were back on the streets of Hama. The army's presence hasn't broken their resolve. In Homs too, people are still willing to confront the army. Thousands of people gathered there. Their chant a blunt message: execute the president. The voices of the pro-democracy movement were just as loud in Daraa, the birthplace of this uprising. There were also big rallies held in Qamishli, where a large percentage of Syria's Kurdish minority live. The government claims only Assad can unite Syria's different sects. The protests here undermine that message. And on the outskirts of the capital, Damascus, where demonstrations have been limited to those in favor of Bashar al-Assad, locals took to the streets in support of the protests elsewhere. The Arab League, which has so far failed to deliver anything concrete, is meeting with some Syrian opposition figures on Wednesday, but they are largely considered unrepresentative of the pro-democracy movement. And unlike in Egypt, Tunisia or Libya, those calling for democracy on the streets of Syria have yet to find a country or military coalition to champion their cause. Meanwhile, Assad's military continues to bombard its own people, and the death toll continues to rise. Jamal, Elshayyal, Jazeera.